our next speaker is an award-winning journalist, a smart meter activist from Hornby Island, and the man who broke the chemtrail story. You can find out more information about him from williamthomasonline.net. William Thomas, give him a huge round of applause. Thanks
very much. Is everybody ready to commit a little peaceful revolution? You know, I came down here today, I must say, that I'm hoping to see some old friends and familiar faces from the Mount Bruce blockade, the Walbrand, the Sitka, Carmanah, on and on it goes, Fish Farms, Raven Coal Mine, Enbridge, and again and again and again, we come before this legislature seeking accountability, demanding full disclosure, insisting on justice and redress. They're not even sitting. They don't plan to sit until February. So our corporate government remains persistent and relentless. And I have a message for them today. So are we. We understand that the choices we make every day are going to terminate or transform our society and this planet. And we understand that these solutions are up to us. We are not here today to protest. We are not here today to beg, to plead, to ask. We are here today to tell our supposed government leaders, pay attention, get on board this planet. Make your choice between greed and life, or face the consequences. Because with smart meters, you have gone too far this time. You have people across this province who have never thought of protesting, questioning government, raising their voice, pretty riled up. People across the United States, people across Europe, very angry. I mean, this is insane. Why would you make your entire populace sick? It's like someone coming to your door and you open the door and they go, "Hi, I'm your government corporate representative. I'm going to come in and spray some DDT in every room in your house." What? Yeah, it's just a little bit, don't worry. Well, how long are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to just do it continuously until you either walk away or get carried away from your house. Well, that's nuts. DDT is illegal. It's banned in Canada. Oh, okay, that's right. I guess I'm going. I mean, it's like a bad knock-knock joke. Knock-knock, who's there? Corex. What the heck's a Corex? Is that something out of Dr. Seuss? No, I'm a Corex, and I'm here to install a network node on your house. Huh? Network node? What? Like a broadcasting station? Yeah, like a radio station, man. It's cool. This thing we put outside your house. It's got 2 antennas, radio frequency, microwave, and it's going to collect on your special house. We have a collector, 21 houses around you, collect all that signal, all that electromagnetic radiation, shoot it through your house, shoot it through your wiring, shoot it through your water pipes, shoot it through the bodies of everybody in the house, because they're all antennas. And then it's going to bounce it over to a pole with a router. And that baby's got super WiMAX, man. That's really powerful, and that ships it out to Hydro, and they can bill people and make a profit. Wait a minute, hold it. You're using my house to make your corporate profit. Wait a minute, don't you need a license to run a radio station? We have a co-op radio station in Hornby, and it took them years to get a license. No, we don't need a license. We can do whatever we want. Oh, I see. Chill, man. It's cool. The smart meter is really cool. It's green. It'll save you money. Oh, I see. Save you money. Well, in Ontario, they've had these things for a year. 8 out of 10 people's bills went up. They typically doubled, sometimes tripled. That doesn't sound like it's saving much money at all. In fact, in no jurisdiction on this planet with smart meters installed has there been any savings to customers. Oh, Okay, well, it's going to save you energy. That's cool. That's green. How green do you want to get? Save me energy. Okay, let's see. Okay, I come home, I cook a meal, take a shower, do some laundry, and then I come home and I cook a meal and take a shower, and I come home and I'm always going to cook a meal, and I'll probably take a few showers, so where's the energy savings? There isn't any energy savings. Hydro Ontario says, oh, we've had these for a year. Energy savings from smart meters, 0. Of course not. We might make you take your shower and eat your dinner at midnight because we're going to bill the heck out of you at the peak hours. That's why we're doing this. So that at the peak energy use times, we can find that out with a smart meter and soak you for it so that you change your habits and you eat later and do your other things later requiring electricity, and we don't have those peak loads. And then we can keep shipping so much of our electricity to the United States. We don't have to cut back and start giving it back to you guys who paid for it all. We can keep shipping to the States because we're going to get you off this peak demand. Well, for one thing, folks, that's age discrimination against seniors who can't stay up all night adhering to this crazy new schedule. It's totally unnecessary. It's not going to save energy. It's not going to save money. This thing is absolutely nuts. Well, Hydro says we're not going to invade your privacy. BC Privacy Commissioner says, well, this violates the Privacy Act. It violates the Freedom of Information Act, and you're in violation. European Commissioner is totally outraged. The utilities can put together a detailed profile on your home energy use once your appliances are all talking back to this meter. Well, this doesn't sound like a very good idea. Well, man, it's just a little bit. It's 2 microwatts. It's nothing, man. It's like a cell phone. Wait a minute, cell phone? Oh, no, that's not very cool. The Bioinitiative report quotes 2,300 studies showing how damn dangerous wireless radiation is from the cell phone, even worse, the portable phones. 6,000 doctors and medical professionals in Germany are calling for portable phones to be banned. Why is that? Because the cradle in your living room, in your bedroom, goddess forbid, is a cell phone tower. It's putting out as much energy in your house as a cell phone tower down the street. 24/7, as long as you leave that thing on. Europe's freaking out. They're up in arms. They're saying, the European Union is saying, we've got to pull wireless out of classrooms, public spaces like libraries. We got to chill on this wireless thing. I don't know what they're going to do about smart meters because this is super wireless. The problem with the wireless is, the smart meters is it's tacked to your home. You don't have a choice. You can't turn it off. You can't turn it off. So we got DDT, and the guy went away because we said that's a Class 2B carcinogen. It's illegal. Well, guess what? Last year, the World Health Organization ruled that wireless radiation is a Class 2B carcinogen. Whoa, wait. It's legal in British Columbia. Wait a minute. That's illegal. Class 2B, lead, formaldehyde, DDT, yeah, illegal. But wireless radiation, that's legal, right? Yeah, well, there's a lot of money in that, so of course it's legal. What's wrong with you? Well, it's dangerous. And you take an independent test of the BC Hydro, they do it in a little room and everything's shielded and they got 2 microwatts and it's no big deal, right? Well, it's actually a very big deal because the lower the energy in wireless, the worse the effects on the human body because it mimics the subtle whisperings at 1/10 of a volt between every cell in our brain and our body. And it jams the circuits. It's a jamming device, and it jams the circuits. And our cells don't know how to talk to each other anymore, and when to take the garbage out, and when to let the good stuff in, and it no longer keeps the bad toxins out. It opens up the cells, opens up the blood-brain barrier, and people are getting sick all over the place. Sweden invented this darn thing in the 50s, got really rolling about a decade later. They have 250,000 people on permanent disability being paid government compensation for electromagnetic sensitivity. And now you're telling me you want to do this to every house, every clinic, every nursery, every hospital, every store in British Columbia? Wow, that's going to be a big tab, I'll tell you what, when the people get sick from that. And by the way, when the Hydro's claims were tested, it came out to 20 microwatts, not 2. The European standard is 10 microwatts per square centimeter, max. Salzburg, 0.0001. So that's not very safe. That doesn't sound very safe to me. Yeah, but heck, we're going to do this anyway, whether you like it or not. And we're saying, well, no, you're not, actually. You have no right to put a Class 2B carcinogen on the side of my house and expose my children and my family and the bees in the backyard to this kind of radiation. You can forget it. But man, it's Safety Code 6. We comply with Safety Code 6. Oh no, that's even worse. That's even worse because Safety Code 6 is only about the thermal heating effects of electromagnetic radiation. It's like saying you can smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day and be perfectly fine if you don't burn yourself. Right, brilliant. No, there's no bioeffects. There's no standard for long-term chronic exposure in Safety Code 6. It's outmoded, it's ancient, it's obsolete. And it's ridiculous to say that we comply with Safety Code 6 so it's safe. There's nothing safe about Safety Code 6. But Hydro comes along and they say, well, you know, it's not very much. They keep saying this. Here's the scam. Here is the scam. It's time averaging, and utility companies love to do this. Oh, you better go out and measure that cell phone tower. You better go out and measure that smart meter. And it goes, spike, spike. They average it, man, so that the spikes disappear. The spikes disappear, and everything's good. It's like saying you can drive down the highway at 200K as long as you slow down once in a while to do the speed limit. That's all right. Time averaging is a scam. As a matter of actual fact, these smart meters are operating nearly continuously, and as we said, they're talking to all the meters around them. The takeaway message today is, it's not the meter. That's bad enough, no question. You don't want this. You don't want anything to do with this. It's the grid. It's the grid. It's the mesh network. All of these meters talking to each other, funneling this energy through your house, through your body, sending it to a pole. That's blasting out at, what did you say? Holy smokes. 900 megahertz from the meter, 2.45, that's your basic wireless cell phone frequency. That's very damaging, by the way. Now we have Super WiMAX. Think about it. Everybody's got an iPad, iPod, this, that. Everybody wants their wireless, streaming porn, whatever they want. And now we're going to put smart meters, over 1 million of them in the province. Oh, okay. What happens? You overload the frequency. They can't handle it. The signal's jammed. You can't get through it. So they bump it up to 4.85 gigahertz. Giga, billion, hertz, cycles per second. Every gigahertz. You operate at 8 cycles a second. Nice gentle curve. When you sleep, half a cycle a second. Those cell phone towers, those smart meter towers, 2.45 billion, 4.85 billion cycles per second, are jackhammering our cells, whipping them back and forth billions of times a second. Something has to snap, and it does. It's called DNA. And if one strand snaps, you're sick, probably repair it. 2 strands snap, you're screwed. Cancer, autoimmune disease, chronic illness. It's the pulsing that's the problem. It's the pulsing that's the problem. We don't want this around. Well, what do we do? How in the world can we fight this? First of all, if you're sitting at home and you do not have a smart meter and the Corex appears on your yard, you simply say, you don't argue, you don't debate, you don't enter a conversation. You are in violation of the Trespass Act. Leave my property immediately, and if you don't, our friends in blue will arrest your butt. And they must vacate. Oh no, we have a right to be here. No, sorry, Trespass Act. my home, my property, and here's the key, here's the bottom line. Hydro says if we come and plug in a meter hot into your house, and we blow out your refrigerator, and we blow out your computer, and we burn your house down because we're actually sending an electrical arc 20 feet through all your home wiring, every time we plug in a meter hot with our untrained kids who aren't even technicians. If your house burns down, your appliances blow out, you're liable. Why is that? Because it's your base plate that we plugged into. You're at fault. Thank you very much. Perfect. My base plate. I own it. Stay away. I have the right to determine what someone puts on that base plate. And I can say, no, that is a hazard to my health. It's a hazard to my safety and my family's safety. It's a hazard to privacy, democracy. No way. So trespassing, leave now. Very effective. It'll work. Quickly now. Next week, Human Rights Tribunal is hearing a case here in this province against smart meters as discrimination against people who are sensitive. Go online to Citizens for Safe Technology and become a plaintiff. Join the class action. The Corex comes to your house. Sorry, I'm involved in a class action lawsuit against hydro and smart meters. Get off my property. If you don't, you're harassing a plaintiff. Officer, please arrest this person. Perfect. Okay, now you have 2 outs if you haven't received a smart meter. Okay, you come home, you got a smart meter. Now what are you going to do with the darn thing? There it is on your wall. First of all, it's basically turned off until all the meters are installed. Hydro saw what happened in California where they turned these things on as they installed them. People got sick. People's bills went crazy. People got very angry. Hydro said, we're not doing that in British Columbia. We're going to install all 1,000,000.18 or whatever and wait until December 2012 and we're going to pull the switch and turn them all on. Just like a Texas executioner. Pull the switch. I call that a terrorist act, as a matter of fact. We're going to pull the switch and activate the microwave segment. In that moment, folks, and ask the Mayans, by the way, if December 2012 was a very auspicious date to try this. They pull the switch, 1 in 15 of you, your friends, your loved ones, will have immediate negative health effects, serious health effects, headaches, insomnia, a racing heart, forgetfulness, inability to concentrate, just general malaise, fatigue. 1 in 15, that's the low number. These are European statistics. Could be as high as 1 in 8. So, okay, you're going to pull a switch and you're going to make at least 1 in 15 of all British Columbians immediately sick. Yeah. Or maybe even 1 in 8. I call that a terrorist act. I call that illegal. I call that immoral. And I call that insane. So here's what you're going to do. And here's how we wrap this up. You got a meter on your house. You run down to your building supply store and you get some friends. You buy a roll of Reflectix. The bubble wrap foil. It's cool stuff. It costs a little bit, so you share it. Take a 19-inch square piece of this baby, come back to your smart meter, wrap it up. All of it, window, everything, wrap it up. Now you've shielded the emanations from that meter going out into the world. You're now in stealth mode. Hydro, oops, you just dropped off their radar. The meter is still recording your electrical usage, so you're not ripping them off, even though they're trying to rip you off. Then you go inside your house and you wallpaper the wall behind the meter with this Reflectix foil. If you can't afford it, use barbecue foil, tin foil, maybe 2 or 3 sheets. Make sure there's no pinholes. And secure your premises from electromagnetic radiation that is harmful and cumulatively damaging over time. If we do that, if enough of us, 1, say no to smart meters, 2, wrap the smart meter and mummify it so it can't do any damage, we can defeat this network. We can bring this down. We must, for the sake of our children, for the bees, for future generations, we must do this. And we have 5 states now saying no to smart meters. We have Quebec saying, well, if you don't want it, you don't have to have it. It's time that this government in this province got on board. Thank you.